Married at First Sight, season 17, episode 12. So this season is barely hanging on by a thread. The couples are fleeing this show as if a tiger was running loose in their apartment. Hi, I'm Tamara, and this is Tamara Lynette Tells. This is going to be a short video. There's not much to talk about this episode. I have a lot going on, so I'm going to kick it slightly old school for those who watched prior to me showing my face. It's just going to be some photos, but not as many photos as I would normally show. I'm still trying to find the fastest way to get these videos out to y'all. Also, I want to create a video for Prison Brides. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so my video about it will probably come out a little late, but you're probably used to that by now. And I really want to talk about other shows, especially since Married at First Sight is starting to lose some of its appeal, to me anyway. Oh, and I do have a spoiler and some tea to share about one of the couples later. But if spoilers aren't your jam, have no fear. I will give you this warning before the spoiler so you can fast forward past it. So this episode was basically the Brennon and Emily show. Emily said Brennon was mad at her because she was acting crazy the night before. She said she didn't know what he meant by crazy, but he decided not to come back to the apartment for a while, needed to take a break. So she's super frustrated because he's not trying, not putting in effort into the marriage. Well, on Afterparty, Keisha asked Brennan about this situation and what he meant by her acting crazy. He said that they went to a party, Emily had some drinks. Later, when he was taking a shower, she came into the bathroom and tried to pull down the shower curtain and was smothering him. And Keisha was like, hold up, Emily tried to smother you with the shower curtain? No, what he meant to say was these were two separate incidences. She was trying to pull down the shower curtain while he was taking the shower. I guess she was trying to see his disco stick or force herself on him. He didn't say. Then later, when they were in bed, she was laying too close to him or something to that effect. He was kind of being a mumbleina, so it was a little difficult to understand what he was trying to say. But he did say that Emily claims she doesn't remember doing any of this, which means she must have been stinking drunk or he's a fibber. But this goes to show you that there are two sides to every story. Brennan is not the most communicative, outgoing, friendly looking person who seems to have nothing to say on camera. But what wild things could Emily possibly be doing behind the scenes that might be turning him off? So she told her friend that she's tired of him not putting in effort. She says it's stupid and embarrassing. That's because he's not into you, girl. He may be a man of only 2 words, but his lack of action is screaming at you, girl. Mr. Brennan over there is ready to reboot his Tinder account. So off camera, Brennan offered Emily a chance to restart, like start over as friends, but doesn't want the pressure of being married. And she agreed to it, then complained about it to the confessional cam. Emily, stop following this man around like a puppy whose owner is offering you peanut butter kibble. I mean, I don't know if that's a thing, but you get what I'm saying. Like Brennan says, sit, roll over, now beg. And there Emily is performing his commands, hoping for her little Scooby snack. Then they met with Dr. Pepper, and she asked Brennan to name 5 things he thinks are great about her. I think she's really caring. I think she's really awesome to hang out with. And we just have a fun time together. And I really appreciate all those things. Okay, that was 3. What is happening here? This isn't a real couple. Brennan is so turned off and checked out of this marriage that he doesn't even bother to speak anymore. Why are they sitting in therapy? Couples therapy is for couples. They need to be in a lawyer's office filing for an annulment. Run and show me that scene, producers. Now that's the one I want to see. So Dr. Pepper was oddly optimistic with them. She advised them to explore what they like about each other and put a bunch of questions in a fishbowl that they can ask one another. So they did that. And of course, it was a huge fail. At one point, Brennan asked, can we come back to this one? Which basically meant that he wasn't going to answer it. So Emily asked him, like, why is this exercise so hard for you? But I noticed his reply was a very bad dub. He said, it's really hard because I only want the good stuff to be on the show. Those may have been his words, but it didn't sound like he said that outside by the pool. You know how you've been on the phone with someone who was outside, then when they went inside and you can tell the atmosphere they were in changed without them even telling you they changed locations? Well, that's what that dub sounded like to me. It did not sound like he was sitting in the pool. In any case, these two are doomed to fail. They're failing already. I'm not sure what Emily is holding on to at this point, because the only thing Brennon wants is to exit this marriage and get off this never-ending season. By the way, if you're enjoying my content and want to see more, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you! Chloe and Michael. So they finally introduced Chloe to us. And if ever there was a couple that jumped out at me as not being a good match right off the bat, it's these two. She's a minimalist puppy lover who probably knits cozies for her mahogany teakwood scented candles, and she's a recovering perfectionist. Michael seems like a guy who's never seen a funky hairdo or radical outfit that he didn't like. He's like a laid-back, modern, overdressed hippie and probably wears more clothes in one outfit than Chloe has in her entire minimalistic closet. They appear to be complete opposites to me. She would have been a better match for Brennon. Even though I don't believe they would have worked out either, I think producers are hoping Chloe and Michael will save the season, but they are doomed to fail before they even walk down the aisle because they don't look like they could be a good match at all. Clare and Cameron. So Cameron tells us that he has developed a heart condition. He said that the stress of his marriage to Clare didn't cause it, but it may have accelerated a condition that was bound to happen. He hasn't been in contact with anyone because meeting up with people makes his heart rate like accelerate, which is bad for his condition. Man, I'm sorry to hear this. I hope he's okay. Meanwhile, Clare was talking to Dr. Pia because she was feeling guilty that something. I'm not even going to lie. I wasn't even paying attention to the Clare scenes. Without Cameron, she's pretty boring to me. Becca and Austin, they were like watching a couple shop at Costco. Nothingness conversations about things that don't matter once they walk over to the next aisle. They did a little photo shoot with some of Austin's people. Now, she's a photographer, but Austin was taking a lot of the pictures. They didn't explain why that was, but not gonna lie, I fast forwarded through most of their scenes. Now, the tea I have is for this couple. But hold on, don't fast forward yet, because one part of the tea is not a spoiler, so here it goes. Apparently, both Becca and Austin shared their deal breakers with producers before agreeing to do the show. Austin's was that she must be Christian, and Becca's was that he must be agnostic or open-minded. Now, when is this show going to learn its lesson that casting people who have polar opposite beliefs when it comes to religion, politics, and kids is only fun to watch for about 16 seconds? After that, we want to see drama based on more healthy things like a quirky personality or a narcissist. But fighting over religion, politics, or not having a job is lame. Anyway, if you don't want to hear a spoiler for this couple, now is the time to fast forward to the next siren. Okay, so according to MAFS fan, Becca and Austin both say yes to staying married on decision day. However, they break up only a week or two later. Now, prior to getting married, Austin was in a relationship with someone, but they broke it off. Apparently, they got back together. Not quite sure if him wanting to get back together was the reason these two broke up, but it's a juicy story regardless. Now, please don't mention the details of the spoiler in the comments. Let's not ruin it for folks who want to wait until decision day to hear what happens to these two, okay? So that's my quick summary of this episode. Nothing much to see here because there's only one real couple left, Becca and Austin, and they seem to be hanging on by their pinky toe. Well, like I said, this video was going to be quick. Not much to hope for this season. Just waiting for the nose to come rolling in on decision day. In the meantime, don't forget to look out for my Prison Brides video that will come out probably another 5 or 6 days. You know how I am. It's going to take me a minute. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Thanks for hanging out with me and I'll see you in my next video.